high morale teams are always active and aggressive in pursuing their noble cause. And that's one of the great things about construction. It's not a passive business. It's not a reactionary business. You're not sitting around waiting for the phone to ring and then picking it up, right? You're going out there and you're hustling work. And once you've hustled work, you're bidding the work. And once you're bidding the work and you've won it, you've got to be active and intense in planning the work. And then you've got to get out there and you've got to build the work. And then, of course, you've got to get around and chase the money. So the method of achievement must be active and aggressive. And that's a positive thing. It's a positive thing to be active and aggressive in a good thing. And then he goes on to say, the man must feel that what he is and what he does matters directly towards the attainment of the object. And it's very interesting when you think about an army, because in an army, there are the folks who are fighting on the front line, but there's tons of other people behind the lines who are doing a variety of other things other than sweating, bleeding, and dying in order to support those folks who are on the front line. And I'm sure you can see the analogy there between an army and construction, because you have your folks who are in the field. I'm looking out my window right now, and there's a number of projects going on, and guys are up on the roof, and they're installing work here. There's cranes moving around, all that kind of stuff here in Austin. And you know that behind all those folks building, there's people back at the office supporting their work. And those people in the office are absolutely vital to the achieving of the great and noble aim of those construction companies, just as much as the people in the field are. And it's important that everyone sees the contribution that everyone has to make. And this can be tricky in terms of morale, because it's interesting, right? Because you can have a guy come off a job site after a hard day's work. And even if that job is losing money, he can look himself in the mirror and say, hey, I worked as hard as I could. I did an excellent job. And then the office, on the other hand, is looking at the results from the job. They're looking at the daily reports, and they're seeing how it's struggling, and their morale can be very low. And so there's this morale dynamic. There can be these morale silos within a construction company that you as a leader, particularly if you are responsible in an executive role for not only what the field is doing, but for what the office is doing, you're responsible to manage morale throughout the organization.